Hello everyone and welcome back to another Magical Moon video. It is the day after and here they are, they're in their little donkey paradise, and this is the secret garden. Well, it was, and it's home lots of different animals, but it's going to be their home. And later on in the video you're going to see, or I'm going to explain, how we're just going to open it up so they can walk down, come and go as they please and live the very best life that they deserve. And it's a massive thank you again to you guys for making it possible. And we've got Shan arriving soon. We're going to go and get some supplies and we're going to get some steaks. And as I said, I'm going to show you what we're going to put in place for them, but it's going to be fantastic. And I can't wait to see the video when they run free for the first time. So let's catch up with them individually. It's a little bit tricky at the moment, as you can see, to actually video because they know us as the carrot people. So we're pretty mobbed when we come in here. They're just so loving and so kind, and they're really starting to flourish. But we'll try and catch up with them individually if at all possible. And I think my moon symbol on my t-shirt, I don't know if you can see it from back there, but I think it's going to need some bigger ears.
So this is baby number 1 and this is baby number 2. And a lot of you have asked about just clipping them, like shearing their hair off and starting again, which would be amazing. Of course, that would be the best thing to do if in an ideal world. But as you saw, baby number 2 and her mummy wouldn't even go on the horse box, and baby number 1 and her mummy were very, very reluctant. They did it, but they didn't want to go. And I think that by coming in here with big shears that make lots of noise and just whipping it off is it's just not fair on them. You know, these guys have only just started to actually come near us. So to see their mums being shed of all their hair probably wouldn't be a very, very good idea at the moment. And also the Poitou donkey is famous for its coat. So I've been really, really careful how I've removed the mats from the first mummy, the big mummy, who in my opinion is a actual Poitou donkey, 100%. We're going to try and get the DNA sent off. This is the beginning of the journey for us, so we're not entirely sure sort of how it works because they are a very, very rare breed. So we need to get DNA taken and we need to find out sort of the levels and how much Poitou is in each donkey. But Mummy appears to be, for me, everything about her oozes the classic Poitou donkey. So me shaving her hair off, that's taken her, she's 8 years old, that's taken her all her life to create that coat, to give her the traditional look of the Poitou donkey. I'll add some pictures so you can see. The problem with her was, and with all of these that are here, there was an element of some of them have lice, but they only have eggs, they don't have lice. And I think that's because the coat is actually something that the lice wouldn't want to live in because it's actually so thick and dense. And where they've been, very sadly, where they've been, and they've ended up in a situation where they've not been cared for and they've not had the cover or the care that they need, the coats have ended up, well, her coat in particular, had gone from not the traditional dreadlocks, which we want to see, but to tight and very, very restrictive mats. And that's why they needed to come off. So I spent a long time with Charlie, very, very carefully removing those large mats, but leaving her with the rest of the long coat, which is her trademark. That's what she is. She's a Poitou donkey, and that's what makes them so special. So if in the end we need to shave the coats off and they know us a bit better, of course, that is what we'll do. But I'm hoping that we can keep them looking like their traditional selves, just a little bit more groomed.
It's going to be a steady process, and that's part of that trust building. And I'm sure, you know, it would be a shock for them, but more importantly, as Jenny said, it's really important to try and just get off the affected areas and then take the time and groom the coat, condition the coat, and just get out as much as we can. But for now, we're just letting them all just find their feet and kind of just get their bearings, which is really, really important in these early days. But as I said, I'm so excited to show you our plans for what's going to be just another part of the
donkey paradise. I think it's actually donkey paradise.
It's going to be like the stairway to heaven. And I'm going to take you in a minute.
In a different sort of way.
Yeah, and
they're going to like this one.
It's definitely all there. So let's take you around the back and show you what we're planning. We're now in the far corner of where the donkeys are, in the garden or the secret garden, and it's their enclosure for now. And to the other side is the forge where Eeyore, Sweet Pea and Tintin are. And there's a little doorway there, and what we propose is to take out this and make a lovely pathway down to those beautiful fields. And at a later date, when they've finished their quarantine, it's going to be another, well, just unbelievable joining of animals, because the first guys are going to meet their new neighbours. So let's go down and I'll show you what's in store. This is going to be the route for the new passageway, and it's going to come from their enclosure and wind down through here, eventually ending up just to the side of the trailer where you can see the opening to that beautiful field. They can go down to the brook, they can get the shade from the beautiful oak tree, and eventually they're going to be able to join up with the other guys and share the pond paddock. It really is the best place on the property. I'm here with Auntie Shan, and we thought we'd just pop in. Well, we couldn't resist it. Well, Shan couldn't as well, no. To catch up with the lovely ladies and the new arrivals. And Shan was instrumental in the first rescue mission of Eeyore and Sweet Pea. So I think she's got a definite soft spot for the donkeys.
I certainly do. I certainly do.
They're very, very sweet. After we've done a little bit of petting, we're going to go and get some supplies for that bit behind here, where we're going to make a funnel down into what will be the extension of the donkey paradise. So let's go get the supplies, and then we'll catch up with them all and give you a bit of an update when we get back. Shan is the 4th emergency service and a massive part of the Moon family and the team effort that give all these animals just what they need. And she's rescuing us today because we've still got a little bit of teething problems with our transport, our family car. But I've got it in hand. But we just had a few other things to be getting on with. So it's a real big thanks to Shan. So let's go get the girls what they
Anytime.
need. We're at the supply store. We can get our fencing for the girls. So we're going to make that alleyway, and it's going to be really, really good. It's going to give them a whole new world to explore. So let's get it on and get home. So here we are, we're at the back of where the donkeys are now, and behind me it leads down. It goes through that really nice area in the woods and leads down to the field where eventually they're going to go. And I need to make a pathway, so I've got a bit of strimming to be getting on with. Then it's not long and these guys are going to have their first taste of freedom on the farm. So let's get on with it. We are at a critical stage insofar as once this sluice gate is open, they're going to be free. So let's get the drone, we're going to get all the cameras ready and try and capture another very special moment.
Big Mama's coming. They're coming. They're coming.
The garden is empty once more, but it's such a lovely thing. They've all gone wandering off exploring, and you might have seen Jenny caught a couple coming back just to check that they could still make it home. It's going to be really perfect for them, and they can come and go as they please, and that was always the intention. A massive thank you again to everyone that's made it possible, for Auntie Shan for helping us out yesterday, and for Evan, Toby's friend, to get the fence in, because we really wanted to get it installed and give them that little first taste of freedom. And I think they're all really enjoying themselves. With lots of love, stay magical, and we'll see you next time.